Hey guys, it's Kid Comics, and today I just recently found an awesome garage sale find containing a box of 9 comic books that I managed to snag for only $15. Stay tuned for later in the video where I actually show you guys some of these insane early Silver Age Marvel and even like war stories and all this other crazy stuff that I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. Without further ado, let's begin the video. Now, to start off this video, let me explain the backstory of how I found some of these insane comic books. Now, I was actually on my way to just getting a haircut, which, as you can see, I still got a haircut nonetheless. But as I was on my way, I saw, while we were driving by, a little sign that said garage sale and a bunch of arrows pointing comic books. So I told my dad, and eventually we started to pull off to the side of the road so we could go check out this garage sale. Now, as soon as we walked up, we didn't really look at much else in that garage sale, but I just looked straight for them comic books, and to surprise you guys, we found some insane books in there. And to be honest, I didn't expect to see some of these. Usually when I would come across comic books, whether it be like the flea market and stuff, they would be mostly a lot of these superheroes, but some of these were just really early books where they were way before superheroes' time. It was kind of that weird time, at least for Marvel, between the Golden Age and the Silver Age, where they didn't really make many superhero books and focused mostly on a lot of the horror stuff. So, as I saw this box of comics, I went up to the nice old lady that was, positioned in her chair at this garage sale, and I asked her how much for the entire box. And she threw out an offer of $20. Eventually, I did argue that a lot of these books are in some lower grade condition, so I ended up paying $15 for them. So, without further ado, let me show you guys some of the books in this lot. And I think there was only 9, so I'll just show you guys some of the lesser stuff until we get to the really big stuff. So, this whole pile here is just stuff that didn't really matter as much and wasn't, at my interest. But as you can see, we have Our Fighting Forces, number 50. Again, this is a really solid 10-cent issue. This is detached from the bottom staple, but it's a really cool dog cover. It's like one of those war books that I mentioned, and it's really cool with my pal, the Pooch, a new Gunner and Sarge story. So, really cool early Our Fighting Forces book. Next, we have a coverless copy of Our Fighting Forces number 37. This is Frogman in a Bottle, and as you can tell, most of the wear and tear on these books are pretty bad. Most of the books in this whole lot of books that I found in the box were all really lowish grade. Next, we have the only square-bound book in this lot, which was a 25-center. This is the illustrated story of the FBI, so pretty interesting. I don't know what this one actually is about. This is one of those classics illustrated, where they did a lot of this type of weird sort of, I guess, American history books, and also some westerns. But yeah, pretty interesting. And then we have some early Dell, which we have a Beetle Bailey 10-center. I don't know what, let me see what issue this is. What issue number? This is issue number 21. This was June through July of 1959. Beetle Bailey. And you get some pretty cool ad of chocolate fudgies. That's pretty cool. And then, finally, out of all of these, whatever books, we got Walt Disney Comics, number 226 with Donald Duck. This one also has a back cover with the ad of the fudgies. I don't know if those were any good back then. And as you can see, as I'm recording this, these books are in really rough shape because pieces of paper is starting to fall off. And I didn't manage to bag and board these just yet, but I'm looking forward to just putting some of these in some nice bag and boards because they're kind of falling apart on me. Now, with those first 5 books down, there's only 4 left to go in this entire box of comics. And let me tell you, these last 4 are actually insane. And definitely not what I'd be expecting for my first time comic book hunting at a garage sale. So, the first one, which is kind of the weakest of the 4, we have Forbidden Worlds number 77. And this is a really cool 10-cent cover featuring some pirates that are swimming underwater. This guy definitely looks a little freaked out. Let's see what he says. No, it's impossible. They're pirates dead over 3 centuries. An ancient sea mystery comes to pulsing life. Read The Golden Doom. So yeah, pretty interesting pirate story, it seems. Again, this one's definitely in really rough shape. I didn't even really check the staples too much on these. This could be detached. And I'm really trying my best not to touch much of these books because I feel like if I try and, you know, read or do anything else to them, they're just going to fall apart on me. But next, we actually have another Star-Spangled War Stories. And surprisingly, I didn't realize how important of a book this was. I was looking online, and this is the first appearance of some girl named Marie. Let's see, I don't even know how you say this. Mademoiselle Marie. Mademoiselle Marie. I don't know. This is Star-Spangled War Stories number 84. This is the first appearance of Mademoiselle Marie. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I have no idea what's going on in the stories of some of these. But it's a pretty cool cover. She's gunning down some like opposing team, what I'm assuming. But yeah, I really don't know much about some of these early like war stories books. And feel free to let me know in the comments because I have no idea. Like, this one just, like, what came to a surprise to me because this one was actually kind of a big book and surprisingly worth a little more than I was expecting. Yeah. So, next, we actually have the last 2 books, and let me tell you, these last 2, they were, like, the number 1 reason why I bought this box. And only for $15, it blew my mind away, and I'm super excited to have these 2 books. And can't wait to just have these in the collection. So, first up, we're going to have the lesser of the 2. And we have a really, and I mean really early Tales of Suspense issue. And this is Tales of Suspense number 5. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Tales of Suspense series used to be some sort of, like, horror books. And this was after the Comics Code Authority. And this was just for when Marvel was kind of in that time where they would just make a lot of horror stuff. And this actually is a Jack Kirby cover, which is really cool. And I like the weird-looking dinosaur monster on the cover of this. Really cool cover overall. I don't think I really have too many of these types of books. I think I have one of Journey into Mystery of, like, that Hulk. It's not like the Hulk, the green skin Hulk. It's like some, like, really furry one. And it's also in really rough condition like this because, I mean, both the staples, I think, are, like, completely detached on this book. But, yeah, it's really cool to come across some early Tales of Suspense, especially number 5, because, well, this was 34 issues away, or 34 issues earlier than the first appearance of Iron Man, which actually comes in Tales of Suspense 39. So, pretty cool. You don't often come across these, which is, like, number 1 reason why I bought this box. Just because, even though they're low grade, they're super cool. And, finally, for the last book of this entire box, was actually the nicest book, I would say. And it was an extremely early Tales of Suspense book, even earlier than number 5. So, you may be wondering, what kind of book could this be? Well, this is none other than Tales of Suspense number 3. This is a 10-cent copy, and the colors on this book are so vibrant and bright. Now, the biggest issue I have with this book is this shipping right here. But as you can see, the cover, these sort of human figures, they're all grayish, so it really kind of blends in with the book, and you don't notice that damage first off when you're looking at this book. Overall, this is a really solid copy, especially for its age. I don't know what the year would be, but it's really cool because after looking this up, I realized that this was actually a John Buscema cover. Now, for those of you who don't know who John Buscema is, he worked on some of the early Silver Surfer run, which was like Silver Surfer 1 through 18, I think that was the entire like issue run. And his art in like that entire series was just amazing. Like reading through some of those, like number 3 with Mephisto, it was just so mind-blowing. Some of those splash pages that he would draw, and like those like big 2 pages, like those, I don't know, like what you call them, the big 2-page like spread. It was just insane. His art is like absolutely crazy, which is why this is definitely the coolest book out of them all. I mean, look at how detailed some of these people are, and especially these aliens. It looks so cool because you can see them and their spaceships, like their flying saucers, all the way in the distance. And it's just such an awesome book with such vibrant colors and awesome artists all around. Plus, I also heard that Jack Kirby did the art on the inside of this book as well. So really, really cool, and I'm super, super happy to have this book. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you guys want to see more comic book related content like this, make sure to Hulk smash that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.